another Blackheart versus Mephi cast. Crossfire Canal or Pizza. So, build order. So it's a weird map for build orders, I think, because the mexes are really far away. There is this Hydro, which is far away as well. I wonder if you could put your ACU here and assist. That would be completely retarded, but be nice to know if you could. So how many PGens? So this map, it's 20x20, but you can see the spawns are quite far in from the edge. Unlike Roanoke, where say you're like here and here, you can see it's a shorter distance. So first transport is much more likely to, or well, it's much more risky. You can get your transport shot down. On Roanoke there's basically no risk. So 6 PGen, and then he's gonna walk. 2 NG's gonna build this Hydro. I assume this guy's gonna assist it. And then they'll probably grab the rest of the mexes. There's mass chunks scattered all over the place. If you know where they are, get some advantage. There's nice ones on the edges here. You can see a few hundred mass. So I think we'll see Inti. Yeah, I mean he doesn't have NGs around to even put in a transport, so we're gonna see Intis. He's gonna try and deny a first transport. If there is one, but there's not gonna be one, it's gonna be Inti Scout, Inti Trans. This is pretty sexy VO. And now assisting. Oh, well, I was wrong. First trans. And I think, oh, I think this Inti was sitting around for a while. Just a short while. But it might make the difference. And oh, yeah, so 6 PGens and a Hydro to get that trans out, and it has 5 NGs on board, and he's missed it. Now will he realize he's missed it? He's gonna spot it now, but this expansion is secured. He has 2 NGs on this island already, and his AC will be there, so it's gonna be pretty fast on this island as well, even if he doesn't drop it. He's not doing this low of dropping on the Hydro, he's just gonna get the mexes, get the factory, get the mexes. Quite a large score lead for mephi, but that's gonna disappear because he's way behind in terms of expansion. Also only 1 NG to the island he's not dropping, and it got there later than BH's 2 NGs and ACU over here. And actually, yeah, he's not even building factory with them, he's just gonna expand. Well, that was bizarre. The NG walks all the way up here and then walks past directly over the mex and then builds it. Interesting pathfinding there. I guess that comes under pathfinding, maybe it doesn't. So now we have, yeah, huge power lead for mephi, but only 24 mass income. There you need some reclaim or just to have less power because it's being wasted now. Blackheart, however, is stalling. Maybe he should have dropped on this Hydro. Does he have... where did his transport go? I guess it got shot down. It's hard to spot because of the reclaim chunks all over the map. Yeah, I don't see the wreck. Maybe he reclaimed the wreck after he lost it. So, bomber coming in to try and do some damage. You can see mephi. Here comes the transport. Oh. Will he get the bomber in time? I'm sure he will. I'm sure he won't drop until he kills it. Pretty sure he's seen it. How many kills did that Inti get? I think to survive for years. Farmer coming in to do some harassment. There's 0 defenses on this island, just the ACU. Sanji is doomed unless... oh my... yeah, Cybern Bomber. Slow said this in Aeolus yesterday. I think, you know, UAF Bomber gets a lot of flack, but no pun intended. But Cybern Bomber is absolute dog shit and is actually worse than the UAF Bomber. So actually one thing I didn't know is also UAF has 4 bombs. Cybern has 6 that do 50 damage each. That means it basically never does 300 damage. It also drops short, especially in terrain differences here. You see, I think this terrain difference actually caused the bomber to drop short and only 2 bombs hit, which is 100 damage, or maybe it did slightly more than that. But yeah, they all have an altitude, the bombers, and so when the ground level changes, they change their altitude, so kind of fucks up its how it drops its bombs. But yeah, UEF bomber only has 4 bombs, so it actually does, it can do 350 damage, and it actually does more damage more consistently than the Cybern Bomber. It's also really easy to dodge the Cybern Bomber. You can dodge, get hit slightly, quite easily, or you can just completely dodge it. It's, yeah, it's a piece of shit bomber. Anyway, back to the game. Nothing is happening. Mechs teching is happening, but that's more interesting for the player than the spectator. Okay, he's just upgrading all 4 on this island. A tiny group of Mantis is all that defends this island. We're probably going to see Wagners. Actually, we're probably going to see T2 P-Gens, then Wagners. Oh no, T2 Pigeons are going down over here with T2R. Gunships are really nice in this map because of its size and also because the mexes are so spread out, so you can defend these pretty easily, these core ones, but there's so many mexes which are spread out, and you can see there's 3, 4, 5, 6 which are outside of this core.
Commander under attack.
So these guys are just stealing reclaim. Could have built some units, built some factories, I guess, but it's too late for that really. So he just decided to steal a little bit of reclaim. Drop here to do some raiding. It's a nice alternative to using Wagners. You initially build mantis to defend your island from, like a counter drop. Say when your opponent goes for proxy on the opposite island. So you build some mantis for safety, and then this is how you can use them later in the game when that threat has dissipated. You can make drops on your opponent's island. And of course they're mantis, so it's extremely hard to catch them. And again, the spread out mass extractors make it really difficult to defend. Now we have T2 gunships for mephi. And we have some navy. And there's Ras started. Blackheart doesn't have this mod, so we don't know. But he hasn't started Ras yet. mephi stalling. Mass. He's finishing a T2 pigeon as well. This is. He has a lot of T2 mexes at the minute. He needs, you could just wall this up. There's only 2 entrances, and then, you don't even need PDs. You can build a couple of PD for safety as well. Really, versus Wagner's, I think the only defense is gunships and walls. Just make walls all along here. And the sooner the better. Especially this one, of course. PDs are expensive, walls are cheap. And you can just build walls and build 1 PD way back from the wall, just because they'll actually have to come out of the water to actually shoot the wall if they want to break through the wall, and then your PD could be in range. Okay, fighting some static T1A and winning. Yeah, 2 gunships should take care of it pretty easily. And also getting some vet off of engineers. Renegades are epic at killing engineers. Say a T2 naval factory, you can, with 3 renegades, you can kill all the NGs around it in like literally 2 seconds. They'll all be dead. And of course they're epic versus Aurora. But they do have less DPS than other gunships, and you can't. They take some time to shoot. They don't shoot instantly. You have to kind of stop and turn, which means you can't dodge flak so well. Wagner's doing some good raiding. Hydro goes down. Some mexes going down. Maybe he'll try and chase some at Mantis. That won't work too well. Only problem with Wagner's, they're bad versus units when you go into your opponent's territory because they have tiny vision. So you can see all this wasted area, and in fact vision is kind of overestimated. It's probably slightly smaller than what's shown. But actually these frigates are given some radar, and the scout won't give them much. These are all NGs anyway. So that's an issue. You really don't want to fight with your Wagners when you're raiding. You just want to run. You want to kill stationary targets, as in buildings, mexes, hydros, T2 pigeons, as we saw in Roanoke. And yeah, they really just don't allow mephi to tech any mexes outside of his core ones. But oh, we have strat out, 16 minutes. And that's really strong. Oh, T3 mex. Okay. Okay, wow, I haven't even been paying attention to this game. We have 4 T3 mexes. What the fuck? That's quite something. But this strat is gonna kill every single PGen, I'm pretty sure. Wait, where is the strat? Here it is. I'm not sure why it was over here. But yeah, he can just ground fire, and because the Cybern strat's huge AoE, he can probably ground fire both of these even though they're miles apart. Let's see. Well, he's just gonna go for the build power and no drop. That hurts. But there's another strat anyway. Yeah, I think mephi is gonna win this off the back of these strats. There's no T2 Navy to provide cruisers. And they just shot the same thing. Unfortunately, that strat should die. Oof. And, oh, he can't actually grab the wreck, which is nice, but really small consolation. "44 inties are going to do their best to fight off a strat. It's going to be tough." And now he's, yeah, you can see he's building T1 P-gens. SPH made T3 mexes instead of making RAS and T3 air, and this is the result. He wasn't scouting well enough, I guess. Didn't spot it coming. I wasn't paying enough attention to spot it. Some top quality caster. Not actually talking about the game at all. So yeah, they're just getting some vet off these inties. They're gonna take a long time to kill the inties, but they'll do it. But he didn't kill all the pigeons. I think he could have. I mean, if it cost him the 2 strats, and he killed every single T2 pigeon here, and even killed some T1 and the build power, I mean, I'd fancy him to take the game 99%. He's losing inties. I think he's losing some ASF to inties there. If you're fighting inties with ASF, you really have to micro your ASF. You have to abuse that speed to stay behind them, because if you're in front of them, they are actually gonna do quite a lot of damage. Blackheart is gonna have his RAS denied if he doesn't just outright die to this here. Yeah, he's dead. These subs are gonna finish him. So, nice play by mephi. The strats are still super powerful. And there goes BH. So, strats versus T3 max. Strats win.